Hi, I'm Laura Mize, Pediatric Speech-Language Pathologist, and welcome to TeachMeToTalk.com's Therapy Tip of the Week. It's summertime, and there's nothing more fun for a very young child than playing in the water. Sometimes moms only think about this if a child is in the bathtub or if they're at the swimming pool, but actually you can have a lot of fun with water just in your everyday play routines. I hope that you who are a pediatric therapist like me also use water routinely as part of your therapy sessions. If you haven't done that in a while, I'd really encourage you to try it before summer is over, because I guarantee the kids that you're seeing will love it. All of the toys right now that are most fun for water play are on sale because it's August, it's the end of summer. So pick yourself up some water wheels or a toy like this that's supposed to be great for water or for sand, which is another great idea that we'll talk about in a minute. I like to use water toys best with a pretty shallow plastic container so that I can sort of contain the mess. If you don't have one of these, you could use a deeper size, but again, I think it's more fun if you have a shallow one so that the child can see what's going on even if he's a little bit further away from you. Water wheels teach tons of concepts. First of all, just your vocabulary: water, pour, wet, ooh, yucky. You know, any kind of even exclamatory word like that is going to be really easy to target with water. Water play is also great for targeting early cognitive concepts. What better way to teach cause and effect than to pour water and then let it run down the wheel? You may also introduce some other materials. We already talked about sand or rice or anything that would almost fit in the water wheel, and then let a child make those connections with it didn't go as well as the water did. So again, you can, lots of possibilities just with toys like these. I think this was about $1 last year on clearance at the grocery store. And this is a fancier version. I think it was from Target last year. But again, if you shop, you can get them really cheaply this time of year. So that's one idea for water play. If you don't have those kinds of toys, access to those toys, you can also do something really simple with water with something like this. This is a plastic chip bowl. The chips are supposed to go here and your dip is supposed to go in there. That again, I picked up on clearance at Walmart several months ago, but I have had it as a water toy with my little friends during sessions. You can pour water in the big part, and I usually put small toys in the middle. I've lost my toys, my water toys. Here they are. And you can pick these up so cheaply at the Dollar Tree or any other dollar store. Now this year I'm going to add a package of turtles and fish and little frogs, and I know my friends are going to have tons of fun with that. I've used these frogs for several years and I love them. There's some sensory properties with these too because they're so tactily enticing. They're squishy. Some kids may not like them. They may not be as enticing for some children because they don't like that texture. But even then, you can use this as a toy in play to encourage them to touch things that maybe aren't so pleasant for them at the very beginning. I like to put my little frogs in the middle, and then we have them splash and jump and swim, and so you can target quite a variety of language using this kind of toy. In my book, Teach Me to Play With You, there's a great song that's there, and it's a traditional song. It's 10 Green Speckled Frogs, and that's the song that I usually sing when I'm using this play routine. If you don't know that song, you can Google it, or you can get a copy of Teach Me to Play With You and get the words and the other ideas for using that activity in therapy. Okay, this activity is such a winner because you don't have to just use it with frogs or for toys that are meant to be wet like fish. You can bring in your farm animals. Ducks swim, cows like to swim, pigs jump in the water, and you can expand your play using this cheap idea even with those kinds of animals. I also, for my little friends who are really into TV or DVDs or movies, whatever their favorite characters are, I would try to include them in this kind of play too. Woody likes to swim. Woody likes to jump. Woody can do all kinds of things in the context of water. And again, you might have used Woody the past few sessions doing other kinds of play. You might have worked on some of these words, again, in a different context. But to expand a child's ability to use those same words and to understand and process that language is so important with our Friends with Language Delay. So be sure that you're working on those kinds of things too. Okay, let me give you some ideas for sand. Some moms like playing with water over sand because it is a little bit easier to clean up. Some moms actually prefer that we use sand. My little friends that have been to the beach, I love to use sand in therapy in the following week or two so that they can, again, generalize and expand the concept. If you have any plastic containers, sand is going to be great for that because it's a little bit messy. If you don't have that, just try a cardboard box. And again, sometimes deeper containers make it easier to contain the mess a little bit, but then I feel like sometimes the kids can't see. And so you might even want to use like a really shallow cardboard box. Things that I generally put in my sand might be dinosaurs or any kind of construction toy. That would be a lot of fun. Bob the Builder toys with bulldozers and loaders and those kinds of things. That might be really fun for sand. But if you don't have that, or if a kid's not there yet, he's just simply not able to play at that level, you can have tons of fun just with something like a shovel or a rake. And you can work on level 1 imitations with actions with this kind of play as well. You have your shovel, the kid has his shovel, you're patting the sand, you show him how to dig and pour. You could show him how to rake. Rake might not be the most practical word for that, but you could say something like pull or push and use it that way. And again, it's a great way to bring a new idea into your therapy sessions. And again, something that's more novel for a toddler or a young preschool may capture his attention. You may want to bring this out when all of your tried and true methods don't seem to be working on a particular day. And again, I think water and sand play is fun. It's certainly developmentally appropriate, and I hope that you'll include these kinds of activities with your friends in the next last few weeks of summer. Thanks so much for joining me for TeachMeToTalk.com's Therapy Tip of the Week.